Hey everybody, so I wanted to share with you before I start the before. I mentioned when I bought these from the Dollar Tree that I wanted to do a 3-tier tray. That's mainly to hold like embellishments. So I just recently picked up this from the Dollar Tree, and these are little dessert glasses. So for $1, I am going to put all this together using E6000. So I'll show you the process or the steps that I do as I go along. I can't record the whole process, but I'll do my best explaining it. I'll be back. Okay, so it's drying. It's going to take a couple days, but here's my hand so you can see the size of it. So as you can see, I put the little glasses together with the openings together and then the bottoms to the metal. I will be painting this later. I didn't want to paint it before because when you put glue to paint, that's what it's going to stick to the paint and not the actual item. So I want this to be sturdy. Once this E6000 dries, it is super hard and it will not come apart. Unless I literally throw it on the ground and it'll probably break. But the only thing about this is it's kind of wobbly. So I took a ribbon spool from Hobby Lobby and I took it apart. So I'm going to, let's see if I could do this without, I'm going to do this and glue that together, and then once it all gets painted, it's all going to be like one piece. You won't even know what's what. So I just wanted to show you that just to stabilize this. Alright, so I'll be back. Hey you guys, so here we have the pieces glued together. And I gave it 2 coats of gesso. It's not like a perfect paint job, which I actually like that kind of finish. I will be going over it with another color as soon as I figure out what it is, what color I want to use, but I actually like seeing brush strokes. I actually deliberately left paint thick in some places and then put the heat to it, and it kind of gave me like a crack effect in different places. So I kind of like that, and as you can see, it's not perfect, but it is 2 coats, and I did have to re-glue the bottom piece as I turned it over. I guess with the heat it kind of loosened the glue that was still drying because it's still curing. It takes time to cure E6000. So I just put a dab of hot glue in the center of the bottom there and then went over with some more E6000, and this way the hot glue will hold it together. This is actually day 2, but it hasn't been 24 hours yet, so I can't wait for things to dry. But anyway, by the time I'm all done, and it will finish drying up. Here you can see a little more cracking. So now I'm going to go over it with a paint color. I'm not sure which one, but I have an idea. And then I don't know if I want to add trim, because it makes me want to add trim to how deep this is, because I made another 3-tier tray, but it was a thin. Each piece wasn't like this where it's deep, it was like more flat. I almost want to put trim, but I'm not sure. I think it might just get in the way. And then again, Haley, my cat, might. One thing I could tell you, that if you ever do try to make something like this, first of all, don't use it for anything to store heavy things. I'm just going to be using it for, I'll show you real quick, things like this that are store-bought. Chipboard, you know, cuts, die cuts, so that's going to be lightweight. These little tins here, it is like a tin, so as you can see it's moving, but it's not because this is moving around, it's because the metal itself is kind of flimsy, so it wobbles. So you're not going to want to use this for heavy stuff. It does kind of look like either a fountain, actually kind of like a chocolate fountain. So yeah, I'm gonna be back with the paint color, and then I should be done once it dries. Okay everybody, this is how it looks so far, and I have painted it. And this really, it looks a lot lighter than it really is. It's just a tad darker than what you're seeing. Maybe if I bring it over here carefully because it's still drying. Well, you can kind of see it. I'm going to show you the paint in a second. I used, after I did 2 coats of gesso, I only used 1 coat of this beautiful Waverly Inspirations chalk paint, and it is Pool color. That's the number on there. I don't know where I got this from. It could have been Walmart or Joann's, but I believe it was on clearance if I did get it from Joann's, but I can't remember. But really pretty, and it goes on pretty thick. It's very thick paint, at least in this jar, unless it's been in here too long. And it's a matte finish. It's acrylic. No prep, it says, and 1 coat, it did it. That's all I needed was 1 coat just to get, and it's like exactly the same color in here. After I painted it, I even did this. I went over just this lip over here on each one of these with this gold Inca, or Inca Gold, which is actually, it's called Old Silver. It looks like gold to me. I always say that. So I just went over it real thick, and then I kind of burnished it with a paper towel just to get all the, the flakes and everything off of it. This is still drying. It had come apart as I was doing this, and also probably because I kept putting heat, because I can't wait for paint to dry, so I was putting heat to it, but that also loosened up my glue. So I just re-glued it with some more E6000 and a bit of hot glue so it would stay in place while I keep working on this, because I don't like to wait for things. So right now what I'm going to do is just do a little bit of embellishing. I'm going to be putting this stuff and this stuff here and here, and I think I'm going to go, you see how that's cracked right there? It's not really a crack, that's where it has separated. So I think I'm just going to go in there with some trim as well. There's some glue drying there. I don't know, maybe I'll leave it, we'll see. And then I'll come back. So I feel like this is it crooked or is it me now? I think, no, it's fine. Alright, so I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I am done, and I am loving this. The only thing I wish is that I had something shorter here, because for some reason, even though all this is the same, it just seems like, because this is smaller, this is taller than here, but it's not. It's really the same. So I might have wanted something like down to here, but this works perfectly fine for what I'm going to be using it for. And I decided not to use this trim down here. Thought I was going to. I didn't use this at all. I put it on and then I took it off. I decided to use some gold bling mesh, or mesh bling, for here. It just makes it look so pretty and girly. And then there and there. And I did use the Chinese braid down there just for a little extra support and to cover where it looked like it had come apart. So I am loving how this is, how it came out, and it's simply going to hold, and I'm going to do it really quick, embellishments. And once I get my new laptop, this desk is going to get rearranged again. Right now I have Halloween stuff out, which I even bought some more because I didn't have that much. But I want to do I wanted to have places to put things like for curating for the holidays. So I wanted to, display Halloween while I'm working on it, and then of course Christmas. I probably won't be doing fall this year, but I figure I can, change out the embellishments that I'm going to be using, and I can also put them here. I'm going to just stick a few in there, so I can just, so I'll have this space here because this will be gone. This is a lot. I will be keeping my speakers, but this here, I can just put some of these kind of things in my little baskets and stuff for stuff that I'm using currently. So there you go. There's my cute little $4 spent at Dollar Tree 3-tier tray. I absolutely love the way it came out. You can see the color now a little more. that's the actual color that I'm seeing on the screen that I'm seeing in person. So really beautiful color. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.